in today's program, we will visit the famous sports school named after Gennady Golovkin. We will talk to the best bicycle rider of Asia, Alexey Lutsenko. And then we will tell you how the fastest sprinters are trained. We are in Karaganda, the city where Gennady Golovkin was born, where he grew up and started boxing. In 2017, such a wonderful sports complex named after him was opened in his native district, Maikuduk. Here you can play basketball, futsal, do weightlifting, swim, and of course, train in boxing. The main thing is that everything here is free. Let's take a small tour. Meet Ruslan Saifimlukov, a professional athlete in the past. Now he is in charge of the Golovkin Sports School. The first thing we saw here was the corner of fame of the extraordinary boxer, often referred to as Triple G.
Мама Елизавета Сергеевна передала нам с братом Максимом кое-какие.
His mother and brother gave us some exhibits. There is a certificate. Gena boxed in the weight category of 34 kilograms. Also his uniform, in which he performed at the Olympic Games in Athens and other competitions. From this certificate, his career started to flourish further.
Пошла его спортивная карьера. Здесь и с Олимпийских игр вон расположена грамота, с азиатских игр.
Golovkin's name and the convenient location of the sports school made it incredibly popular. There are 4 times more people willing to train here than a school can accommodate. It would seem that the building is not small, 2,500 square meters, but more than 100,000 people live in Maikuduk. The city has long needed such a sports school. Children from working families are not spoiled. They come here with great desire. You don't have to force them to train. They rush here. If the training starts at 9 a.m., they are already here from 8 o'clock waiting for the coach. We held the district championship and there were more than 350 participants. You can say that it is the same amount of people like at the championship of Kazakhstan. We have not yet covered other areas of Karaganda. In addition to boxing, there are 9 more sports sections, and they are so popular that even a large accounting room had to be converted into a weightlifting hall.
Чтобы увеличить пропускную способность, мы сделали.
To increase the capacity, we made a weightlifting hall here. We have people training here too. There are all conditions here.
Зал небольшой, но все, что нужно для тяжелой атлетики, мы сюда уместили помосты, штанги.
Accounting office is now in another place. They don't complain.
Бухгалтерия у нас в другом месте. Нормально.
The sports school is only 1.5 years old, but the results are already there. Boxers win at the regional competitions, and handball players win the Republican championships among young men. Coaches have high hopes for synchronized swimmers. We have a good warm pool, where we teach swimming pool and synchronized swimming, a new type of Karaganda. In Temirtau, they pay a lot of attention to this sport, and in Karaganda, we are the pioneers in this. About 300 children go swimming, and 150 train in synchronized swimming. The money for construction was allocated from a state budget. Sports school built on budget money. Golovkin insisted that the training for children will be free.
Акимат Караганды видит нашу проблему и уже пообещал нам.
Karaganda Akimat knows about our problem and has already promised us to build additional halls. About 1,000 children currently attend our school. About 4,000 children are waiting to be enrolled. Plus, the school is named after Gennady Golovkin. It also has its significance. He comes here himself when he has time. He will come by and say hello to children. He will ask them how they are. Soon there will be another sports complex in Karaganda associated with the name of Triple G. It is known that its area will be more than 5,000 square meters. Golovkin himself is financing the construction. Coming up, the best Kazakhstan cyclist, Alexey Lutsenko, about his relationship with his father, charity, and life in Monaco. At the end of 2018, Alexey Lutsenko became the best cyclist in Asia, and at the moment he is the main star in the national cycling. He is a world champion among youth and the fellow countryman of Alexander Vinokurov. We invite you to learn more interesting facts about Alexey Lutsenko. Alexey, hello. The season is over. What are you doing now?
Сейчас вот у меня такая появилась возможность.
Now I have the opportunity to come home to Kazakhstan. I have one day in Astana, and tomorrow I'll go to the training camp with the team. Everything is arranged minute by minute, but I found some time for you.
Уделил время вам.
You live in Monaco. How often do you visit Kazakhstan, Petropavlovsk?
Ну, в этом году мне, так скажем,
This year, I was lucky enough to visit Petropavlovsk 3 times. It was the first time this year. I visited Almaty, where the Kazakhstan championship took place.
много раз и в Алмате был, потому что проходил чемпионат.
I live in Monaco. My family lives there. My daughter goes to school there. I live there almost the entire time.
И в основном я большинство времени провожу именно там.
Do fans recognize you? In Europe or here? And where do they recognize you more often, in Kazakhstan or in Europe?
Ну, большинство времени я нахожусь в Европе, и очень много болельщиков.
Most of the time, I'm in Europe. I have a lot of fans in Italy. I stop somewhere, and when the fan of cycling see my bike, and I differ from everyone.
Такая отличительная майка чемпиона Казахстана, белая майка.
I have a white jersey of the champion of Kazakhstan. It's quite beautiful. They recognize me and know that there's such a champion. They recognize me, and I like it.
С Италии, я думаю, узнают, и, ну, мне приятно.
Do you agree that Astana cycling team is more known in Europe than in Kazakhstan?
Да, я не скажу то, что в Казахстане сейчас тоже за последние года очень развит именно велоспорт. В той же Алмате сейчас очень
I would not say so. Cycling is very well developed in Kazakhstan. In Almaty, there are a lot of fans who now are cycling too. Every year, cycling in the country rises. Bike paths appear in Astana and Almaty.
в Алмате. И я думаю, Астана это очень такое...
Astana has a big name. It's the capital of Kazakhstan, and it is associated with Alexander Vinokurov, 3 names that are known everywhere.
Наверное, самые такие 3 громких имени, которые знают и за границей, и в Казахстане.
You were born in the same area as Alexander Vinokurov. Has this fact influenced your desire to become a cyclist?
Да, я когда начал свою карьеру, я на велобазе именно видел Александра, именно эти плакаты.
Yes, when I started my career, I saw Alexander's posters at the bicycle base. Our people always said, well, this is our countryman from the Kızılcahamam district, Bishkul. For me, there has always been some kind of motivation to move forward, to reach goals that Alexander achieved. When I saw him for the first time, for me it was an incentive to achieve great results. I started to get good results. Originally, I came to cycling to just ride a bike. I was a country boy.
Мне это нравилось. Изначально пришел на велоспорт, вообще просто деревенский парень, просто покататься на велосипеде.
Your first bike base is a regular garage, and you created the conditions of the mountains with a gas mask. What else unusual do you remember from that time?
Ну, вы столько знаете прям моментов, я думаю, кроме...
Oh, you know about it. I thought no one knows except me and the coach. Our trainer has learned that it is possible to simulate the high mountains in this way, namely with a gas mask. We had a result, so it actually worked.
Был результат, наверное, был толк.
Your father is a priest. Did it affect your upbringing?
Да, он священник, у него своя жизнь, мы поддерживаем отношения. Наверное, может, сыграло какую-то роль.
Yes, he's a priest. He has his own life. We maintain relationships. I became independent at a young age.
My mother and my father are separated. They don't live together.
They have their own lives. I have my own. Of course, we keep in touch. He rejoices at my victories. I am glad that he is doing well, because they also learn how to be priests. You can't just come and become a priest. It takes a lot of years to learn. He is always worried. Our sport is dramatic. There are a lot of falls on the roads. There are cases when the cyclists die, like our Andrei Kivilov.
Как вот наш земляк в 2003 году, как мы сейчас говорим, Андрей Кивилев.
In adolescence, you had serious health problems due to cycling. Is it true that you could have ended your career back then?
Просто нашли какой-то шум в сердце, И даже сейчас, потому что, у каждого спортсмена это огромное...
The doctors found some noise in the heart.
Even now, every athlete has enlarged heart. We endure intensive loads.
If an ordinary doctor sees our cardiogram, they start to panic. Big heart, everything is increased. We endure heavy training, sometimes for 5 to 6 hours a day.
6 часов в день тренируемся. Были, да, конечно, такие моменты, то, что уже думаю, все, наверное...
There were moments when I thought that my sports life has come to an end. I overcame this, thanks to my coach, Potapov Viktor Ivanovich.
Конечно, можно сказать спасибо моему тренеру Потапову Виктору Ивановичу.
Is 2018 the most successful year in your career?
Если вспомнить все мои результаты, которые я достиг,
If you recall all my results, then yes, it was a good year. 2 gold medals at the Asian Games. This was originally the main goal. For Kazakhstan cyclists, it was a very important event.
Это очень важное событие было, Азиада, все-таки как Олимпиады, раз в 4 года проходит.
How did you feel when you came to Indonesia for Asian Games? The individual race took place the day after the group race, but in both races you won gold.
Азиатские игры, это все-таки, для нас это было очень серьезно.
The Asian Games was a very serious competition for us, and the fact that the competitions were held 2 days in a row, it's nothing. We are professionals. We have come a long way. 30 hours of flight, Nice, Dubai, Dubai, Jakarta. We were ready for this. We drove through the group race, and after that I arrived, had a massage and lay down to rest, because I understood that I have little time to recover. Therefore, I tried to stay on my feet less. There were doubts whether I should go to an individual race or not, but I insisted that I want to perform in 2 types, and I was not mistaken.
Я хочу именно выступать в 2 видах, и я не ошибся.
For 5 years, you have been riding for the Astana Pro team. Did you have any invitations from other teams?
Да, потому что у меня был последний год с командой Астана, и было очень много предложений, скажем так.
I had a few this year. It was the last year with the Astana team, and there were many offers. I am working with an agent now, but still, I stayed in Astana. This is our team, the team of Kazakhstan, and in 6 years, I got used to it. There is no pressure. We discussed this with my agent, and I decided that I would stay here for another 2 years.
Ко мне здесь хорошо относятся, нет какого-то давления. Я обговорил со своим агентом, и мы решили то, что я здесь останусь еще на 2 года.
What kind of atmosphere there is in the team now?
Спокойно, знаете, нет такого, что там какие-то там...
You know, all is well. We have a lot of cyclists from Spain, Colombia, Denmark. We're Kazakhs, and we're not divided into nationalities. We're always together, at one table.
Или испанцы. У нас всегда дружно, один стол. Мы всегда находим какой-то там свой общий язык и смеемся, и нет такого, что там...
We find a common language. We're always together as a family. After all, cycling is a team sport, and if you are alone, you will not be able to achieve good result.
Если ты будешь один, у тебя не получится какого-то результата добиться.
Do you have a favorite race? Paris-Nice. What terrain route do you like the most? I like the wind, turns, and ups and downs. It is always an intense race. It's classics. What is your main goal in cycling? I want to win the World Cup. This is a rainbow shirt that Valverde will wear this year. How many languages do you speak? I speak Italian perfectly, but my English needs some work. Are you a superstitious person? No, I do not pay attention to it. The cat ran across the road or something else. I start without any thoughts. As far as I know, you're engaged in charity. How did it start?
Началось это с 2016 года. Наверное, это была больше такая...
It began in 2016. It was more the initiative of my wife Yelena. I visited a lot of orphanages, baby houses, where there are very young children, where there are older children.
И вот смотришь просто на них, они одни. Был в роддоме, где уже постарше.
I visited a lot of orphanages, baby houses, where there are very young children, where there are older children. I went to Hainan store and told my wife, if I win the race, then we'll give all the funds there.
Я выиграю один этап и генеральную классификацию, и все, и как-то у нас так началось. Я приехал, и мы сразу поехали в дом малюток.
I won the race, arrived immediately to the baby's house, asked what the children needed. I did not want to just send the money, because it is not clear where they can go. Every year I try to visit some orphanage upon my arrival.
И также ежегодно я стараюсь по приезду навестить какой-то детский дом.
Thank you for the interview. Thank you. Next, the sprint coach, Nikolai Barsanov, will tell you how to run correctly and what is the secret of Usain Bolt. Well, what do we know about professional running? First, it is the basis of all athletics. There are still many types of running, and almost all of them are Olympic sport. Sprint. Running is the most natural sport for people. This is the basis for everything. Be it boxing or another type, they always require speed. In order to become a world-class star, there must be an innate talent. There are physiological parameters, like fast muscle fibers and slow ones. That is, predisposition is definitely needed, but this is physiology. There are several distances in sprint: 30 meters, 50, 60, 100, 20, and 400 meters. The world's best sprinters today live in Jamaica and the USA. Their average speed is from 30 to 36 kilometers per hour. The absolute record, 44 kilometers per hour, belongs to Usain Bolt, who ran 100 meters in 9.58 seconds.
Очень много сделал для популяризации легкой атлетики, то есть Болт собирал стадионы.
Bolt has done a lot to popularize athletics. They say that African Americans are stronger by nature, but it's not true. People are all the same. There's no racial discrimination, and there cannot be. It depends on talent, the will of the leadership to develop the sport. We have it all. Funding is improving. We believe that it will be even better.
Как бы улучшается, надеюсь, что будет еще лучше, безусловно.
At a distance of 110 meters, running is carried out on a straight track. If the distance is greater, circular tracks are used, while athletes move counterclockwise. The most technically difficult is running with barriers. For example, if we compare the pole vault, where the men jumped and rested, and this is at a distance of 110 meters, 10 obstacles, and you must overcome them at speed. Men have a barrier height of almost 107 centimeters. Track and field athletics in Kazakhstan is not the most popular sport. First of all, because not all major cities have such arenas, although there are plenty of people who are willing to study only in Karaganda. We have a lot of people who train in running. The question is whether they have enough patience for professional sports. This is the task of coaches, because there are a lot of nuances, financial and medical support. I hope that in the coming years, everything will change for the better. Faster, faster. Help him to put it. One stand up from his side, so he can stand straight.
Очень бы хотелось, чтобы появилась новая звезда.
I would very much like for a new star in running to appear, in particular in the Karaganda region, because when Olga Rybakova became the champion of the Olympic Games, in Moscow and Nogorsk, the interest in athletics increased remarkably.
На заметном подъеме развивается.
The video of the week concludes our program. One extreme sportsman from Austria decided to slide down the mountain on a skateboard. We do not know his name, but we know for sure that it is not advisable to repeat such a trick without special training. His speed in some places reached 70 kilometers per hour.